Welcome to the Mercy Cast, where we are learning the art of compassion through the adversity of life. I'm your host, Raleigh Sadler. Last week, we talked about how to navigate joy and pain and how to hold one in one hand and one in the other. Not to graduate from one so that we could experience the other, but to know that life is a series of deaths and rebirths. It's these moments where you're going through hard times and good times, often at the same time, and it can make you just not even know how to handle it. But I'm proposing that this is the way forward. Today, I want to talk about another dichotomy. Sometimes the discomfort you're experiencing doesn't lift when I want it to go away. It kind of sticks to your ribs a little bit. And honestly, the message of pull yourself up by your own bootstraps doesn't work when the defecation hits the ventilation. When you're going through hard times and just that, well, be stronger, do better. That doesn't work. That's hard. That's messy. I don't like it. That's bad advice because sometimes you feel powerless and that's okay. But I want to look at an example from scripture about how to live the Christian life when we feel powerless. The Apostle Paul wrote 14 books in the New Testament. His life was marked by suffering. Great things came from the pen of the Apostle Paul, but great suffering entered into his life. And it's interesting because he was the one apostle who didn't meet Jesus during his earthly ministry. Actually, he met Jesus on the road to Damascus as he was going to hunt Christians. God appeared, he blinded him, and he said, "Go to Ananias." And then he works the other side of the phone and he goes to Ananias and says, "Hey, I got Paul. He's coming to you. Paul is out here killing Christians, right? He's coming after us. And you're saying he's coming to me? I don't like that. Not big fan of your plan." And he goes, no, go. For he is a chosen instrument of mine to carry my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how much he must suffer for the sake of my name. And suffer he did. Paul says this in 2 Corinthians 11. That he suffered imprisonments, countless beatings, that he was often near death. 5 times he received the 39 lashes from the Jews. 40 lashes would be a death sentence. 3 times he's beaten with rods. Once he's stoned. 3 times he's shipwrecked. He spent a day and a night adrift at sea. He was constantly in danger, faced hunger, insomnia, anxiety, cold and exposure, betrayal. He was even bitten by a snake. Sometimes his pain was short-lived, but then there were things that also didn't go away. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 7 through 10, Paul describes a thorn in his flesh, and we don't really know what the thorn was. Some people say it was his eyesight. Some people say it could be an emotional thorn. It could be an ailment. No one really knows. But what we know, Paul says that it was a messenger of Satan sent to harass him. This was something that was to bother him. And I want you to get the word picture here. The thorn in the flesh wasn't like you picking a rose and you're like, ow, and you get a little droplet of blood. No, it's like a stake that's impaling you. Paul is saying that this pain that he's experiencing is debilitating. That it's not a minor inconvenience, but it is impacting his life. And if it wasn't there, oh, the things he could do. 3 times he asked God to take it away. And some of us, we read this and we're like, he only prayed 3 times? This is basically a summary statement. He prayed it until he knew he didn't need to pray it anymore. He prayed with everything he had in him. And this is what God said to him. "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power." This isn't bootstrap power. This is God's power. "My power is made perfect. It's made complete in weakness." You see, God's grace was there even when Paul's circumstances didn't change. Even when he felt this debilitating paralysis, this pain, this thing that just had him just struggling. And this is what Paul says. "Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weakness, insult, hardship, persecution and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Your life may be hard right now. I don't know what you're going through. But this paradox that Paul embraced is something that we can embrace as well. Because on one hand, you may be powerless, but it's through your powerlessness that we have access to Christ's power. Because when we're no longer trying to save ourselves, we can rest in the one who saves us, who fills us, who heals us, who changes us. They say that God's office is at the end of our rope. Sometimes it takes hitting rock bottom to look up. And that's what Paul is saying. He's content with all these negative things that are happening because he knows that when he is weak, then he is strong. So what does that look like for you this week? I don't know what you're facing. I'm on the other end of the podcast, but I want to encourage you that though he may feel distant, Scripture says that God is close to the brokenhearted. He is near to those who are crushed in spirit. Though you may not feel his presence in this moment, God is near. And so I want to encourage you with an idea that has come up in recent podcasts. Ask God what he wants you to know about what you're experiencing right now. Invite him into this situation. Invite him into this pain. He's already there, but say, God, I don't know what to do. I want to invite you in. Speak to me. What do you want me to know? How do you want me to proceed? What do you want me to do? God will hear you. Let us know what happens. As always, thank you for listening to the Mercy Cast. Till next time.